What is EDD and how does it work, you may ask? The EDD is a state department that deals with unemployment and disability claims. In addition, the people who qualify and meet the criteria are allocated benefits through their insurance programs. The EDD is also responsible for reporting on the current labor market, auditing, and providing workforce programs. In order to file for unemployment benefits, you must first create a benefits program online login through www.edd.ca.gov/BPO. Once that is created, you will be able to file a claim. Here's how the process of filing a claim goes.
To file a new claim, log into benefit programs online using your email address and password you've established. Select UI Online and then File New Claim to get started. You will only see the File New Claim button if you need to file a new claim. Otherwise, you'll be navigated directly to your UI Online homepage where you will find important claim information and notifications, such as when it's time to certify for benefits or reopen an existing claim. If you need to reopen an existing claim, the Reopen Your Claim button will appear. After you review the instructions page and agree to the terms and conditions, you'll be asked a series of questions to help the EDD determine your eligibility to receive UI benefits. To ensure your claim is filed quickly and accurately, you'll be asked some questions to help determine what type of claim is right for you. It also allows us to gather the necessary information to file your claim. The next series of screens will ask you for your personal information, last employer, and employment history for the last 18 months. This system is very user-friendly, but if you need help, UI Online has a built-in help feature to assist you in completing the required fields. Simply select the question mark icon or the help link in the upper right-hand corner of the screen. A progress bar at the top of each screen lets you know where you are at in the process at all times. If additional information is needed, the system will ask you clarifying questions to help avoid unnecessary follow-up phone interviews and payment delays. Once you fill in all required information, you'll have an opportunity to review or make changes to your answers before submitting your application. Once you have successfully submitted your UI application, a confirmation page will display, along with your confirmation number and helpful information about the UI program. We recommend that you print this page for future reference.
Once submitted, you must wait for a letter in the mail with your weekly benefit amount stated. With this approved, you will need to certify every 2 weeks in order to continue receiving your benefits, as well as actively looking for employment each week and be able and available for work. After the EDD reviews and approves your certification, your benefit payments will be issued through Bank of America. They will send you either a check or an EDD debit card through the mail. The debit card makes it easier for you to obtain your transfer funds in a more efficient way. The issues with this process began to arise earlier this year. Since mid-March 2020, businesses closures due to COVID-19 have caused unemployment cases to surge. Between March and June, unemployment claims rose to over 40 million claims. A pandemic unemployment assistance benefit of an additional $600 a week on top of the base unemployment amount was granted by the federal government between March 29th and July 25th as part of the CARES Act. We'll be focusing on 3 aspects of EDD-related fraud. Identity theft. Multiple states across the country have detected instances of unemployment fraud, mainly via identity theft. Moreover, the EDD and the federal government are investigating reports of people receiving unsolicited EDD letters and Bank of America benefit cards in the mail. They suspect scammers were hoping to intercept these letters in order to cash in on their victims' EDD benefits. Falsely stating self-employed status. The Pandemic Unemployment Assistance Program under the CARES Act, which was intended to bring relief to people who aren't normally eligible to receive unemployment benefits, such as independent contractors, allowed beneficiaries to claim benefits. This opened the gate to fraud rings to fraudulently claim benefits that they were not entitled to. Bank of America is draining bank accounts. EDD unemployment beneficiaries are noticing that the funds in their accounts are disappearing. This comes after they've notified Bank of America that their Bank of America cards have been compromised or stolen and that unauthorized transactions were appearing on their accounts. At first, Bank of America agreed to credit back the fraudulent transactions, but later doubled back on their decision and decided to charge the account holders for those transactions anyways. In many cases, this left many people's accounts with negative balances. Bank of America decided to garnish their future weekly EDD benefits until the debt was paid, leaving many without any financial relief, despite not having a job nor the economic resources. Now let's take a look at what ABC 7 News investigated.
Some of the truly unemployed say they've waited months without receiving their benefits. The normal waiting period is 3 weeks. According to a second source, people who she says fraudulently applied received their benefits in one. Person A, who hasn't been employed since having a baby 2 years ago. Still, she applied, and our sources tell us she almost instantly received back benefits from EDD totaling $10,000. Person A then offered to help person B apply for his benefits. The EDD promptly sent him benefits totaling $12,000. Person B then promptly turned over $2,500 of that money to person A as payment. Person A did the same for person C and D. EDD paid person D's claim at least $10,000, but EDD put person C claim on hold until it could ask additional questions about C's job history. Person A made one phone call to EDD. Someone actually answered, and the problem was fixed. Soon after, our source says the agency sent person C nearly $16,000. Yet, person after person has told 7 on your side they can't get anyone to answer the phone at EDD or to even help them. Assembly person Jim Patterson of Fresno fears someone working at EDD could be part of this scam. I'm not going to make the claim that the EDD is an inside job, but I'm getting close. As I previously reported, some of those suspected of taking part in this scheme are incarcerated. The San Mateo County District Attorney's Office in August charged those 11 inmates and 10 others with 17 counts of conspiracy to commit fraud.
The office has completed an investigation which has found well over 100 other people who were involved in the fraud and another couple dozen who have received benefits.
Those charges are expected to be filed soon. Many of those charged listed their occupation as barber apprentices, an occupation Gallagher says the EDD did not verify.
There was quite a rush and an impetus to get money into people's pockets, so there weren't a lot of safeguards put into place. And so EDD was not verifying employment.
One of our anonymous sources tells us the scammer also obtained credit profiles on the black market. Sometimes it's from a clerk in a hospital or another workplace where personal identifying information is required. Applicants will apply for benefits using someone else's name and information. Once approved, our sources say, the applicant will put in a change of address, making it harder for their fraud to be traced. Some of the
If you commit unemployment fraud, you may be looking at some serious penalties, such as paying back what has been collected from the benefits, jail, prison sentences, prosecution by government authorities, no longer eligible for future unemployment benefits, unable to collect income tax refunds in the future. The ethical issues involved here when scammers are applying for EDD benefits under stolen identities with the goal of claiming unemployment benefit funds that don't belong to them, they're robbing people from the benefits that they are in need of. Scammers are claiming that they are eligible for unemployment benefits under the CARES Act as independent contractors, even though they're not actually self-employed, and in some cases have never worked or filed 2019 taxes. Bank of America has an implied duty to the state and to the people whose accounts are being garnished to pay transactions that they never made. It's unethical to lump victims of card theft due to scammers and leave them without any benefits which they are entitled to and in dire need of economic relief. Under the first case of EDD fraud by identity theft, there is a violation, and the law the law that's being impacted is mail fraud and aggravated identity theft. And the people impacted by this are the people committing the identity theft. And the breach of implied duty, of course, there is, because the claimant is controlling the mailing addresses to where the benefits should be mailed out to. Under fraudulently applying for EDD benefits as self-employed, there is also a violation of the law, and they're violating the laws under the Federal CARES Act provision for unemployment, and those impacted by this are the claimant and the state. Of course, there is an implied duty, a breach of implied duty of integrity, because the unentitled, unemployed Californians are requesting and receiving benefits falsely stating that they are self-employed workers or independent contractors whose reduced income has been a direct result of the pandemic. These people are requesting unemployment and are draining the state funds without remorse. And in the Bank of America cases where they're draining the accounts of victims of card theft and fraud, there is no violation of the law or internal governing documents, and those impacted by the actions are the victim and the claimant. There's more of an ethical issue here. By Bank of America not issuing reimbursement, unemployment beneficiaries are left without the little money they are entitled to receive due to the theft by scammers and are having to pay the negative balance on their accounts as a result of Bank of America retracting on the reimbursements. And of course, there is a breach of implied duty of integrity because there hasn't been a resolution to the fact that claimants' EDD accounts bank accounts are being hacked, and Bank of America is not owning up to the issue. And in conclusion, claimants obtaining unemployment benefits fraudulently create a barren trajectory that does not foster growth. And Bank of America needs to up their security as one of the solutions, as well as reimbursing the claimants' accounts that are being affected. The EDD is starting to crack down on illegal unemployment claims, mostly busting criminal rings who are committing this type of fraud. As further precaution, the EDD is implementing more restrictions and flagging any suspicious activity on any account. Bank of America, as a result, is freezing more accounts. Furthermore, Bank of America has yet to respond to state lawmakers explaining why they are draining accounts.